Sit up, guys. It's snowing so much in my little town here in Sweden, so I can't not go out in the forest. It has snowing since I think it was Thursday, and all Friday, and all the small roads out in the woods are blocked with walls of snow. You know, the machine is trying to clear the roads and they push up huge walls of snow. So I cannot go out in the woods. But we have talked a lot about serrations for if you are left-handed and if you are right-handed at the Justin Wolf's page at Facebook. So I think I should read you about that, because last night, or was it? I think it was Friday, I chat a lot with Michael Travis, and we talk about, I told him I'm going to try to do some work with my right hand, because people say that the serrations don't work if you are right-handed, they are made for left-handed. In some cases, serrations, it's just about to get used to it. It's more easy to get used to it if you are left-handed, because this groove going down here goes smoother down the thing you cut. For example, a stick or something, a branch. And if you are left-handed, and if you are right-handed, it takes a while to get used to it. So if you're gonna do thick feather sticks, for example, it's easier to learn that with serrated edge if you are left-handed. But if you're gonna do shavings and small curls, those small curls that take the spark very easily, then you do it better with the right hand. So now I'm going to try here in my kitchen. I have, luckily I have some logs in my car that I have split it on my parking lot with my piskas, and I have split some sticks here. It's birch. They are a little bit too short for my taste of feather sticks and curls, but I don't have anything else. And then first I'm going to try so I do a proper job here, my Gerbers, and then maybe some of my other knives. And while I'm talking about Gerber, I'm going to show you my modification on that LMF2. I took away that zombie skull crush device and did like a hammer. It wasn't hammer on this before, but then you was forced to have the sheet on, take off the knife from the belt and hammer like this. In a situation then when you must need a hammer, maybe you're sitting in a boat or something, and whatever you do, you take out your knife and you smack it, that nail down, smack it like this. And therefore I did that modification. I hope like you see something here. I hope don't the window doing that video bad now. So that was this. Now I'm gonna arrange. I'm gonna have some paper here so I can cut on the floor. Luckily I don't have a girlfriend for the moment. I don't think she would like this. My whole kitchen table full of stuff. And before I start, I'm going to show you this. This is the only thing you need if you have serrated knives. This is absolutely the only thing we need. And you get the knives razor sharp. I have all my life sharpened them by hand, but this was, I haven't heard about this, and Michael told me buy this and you're never going to look at yourself, and I love it. I do it when I chop my knife. Everybody have their techniques. I do it like this. Putting this on the table, take it in no angle. It's just going to be right like this. And do like this. I do like this. Up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. And then I take off the bird, or what you call it. Up, down, whoop. Up, down, up, down, up, down. Most people do like this. If I do it both ways, then take off. And I get my knife as sharp as I want it. We work on gerber, såg, and spider, because benchmade have exactly the same serrations as gerber, what I know. I work on similar serrations. Will not work on this Lady Gaga K-bar. You will not work on this. I was disappointed about that. Will work pretty good on buck serrations. I don't know if Back had this kind of serration on all their knives. And of course on all of the plain edge. I'll be back. Okay, some kitchen bushcraft. First, like I told you, you get a little bit of feather sticks, if you want to call my stuff feather sticks. If you use the left-hand technique with the serrations. This is bone dry birch. And you see they get pretty okay, but this one is pretty hard to put on fire with the fire steel. With a match or a lighter wood, I would not be need to do some curls or shavings. Not going to board you all day long with this. Just a few of them fall off. Pretty okay. That was with left hand serration technique. And now we try it with the right hand. See what's happened. I am not totally ambidexter. I can use my right hand pretty good, because a lot of things here in the world is made for right-handed people, and then you get used to use it. Those serrations are pretty big. I'm going to show you later how you get even thinner. If you do it on the flat side here, you get them pretty thin. I don't do them as long as the feather sticks. But this one will be a lot easier to put on fire. me show you. I have some really smaller ones here. They're in there. That will take a spark pretty easy. And that one. And now we change brand. We take a folding knife with serrations that have a little bit of course a folding knife has smaller serrations. And this is an Ontario Utilitac 2 knife. And then try them. Small one. This knife, I think this knife is really well made because you can put the clip on in full position. Every knife maker should think about that. It could not be too expensive to do that. Gerber is very lazy on that. They do it on some knives. That new Gerber, I think the name was Decree. I really love that design, but I can't buy that because of the clip. Shame on you, Gerber. Okay, now we try small Chinese curls. With the right hand. It is like to using an osthyvel, that device you use on cheese. I don't know the name. Osthyvel in Swedish. Look here, how fluffy. I don't think I need to show you more. This is going to take a spark very, very easy. A friend of mine at work who had never, tonight at work, try it. I gave him a fine steel, not this Scout model and that kind of striker, and he took him maybe 20 times, 20 strikes, and then he had a fire. He was doing mistake all the time. He put the nit down and crushed the flame, crushed it. Took a time, a little bit to learn the technique. And that we got here is pretty good stuff to put on fire. I'll be back in a little bit. And you can also do this shavings and feather stick with different other knives. Like for example, this is one of my all-time EDC favorites, the Soy Flash 2. A little bit of different serrations, but they are good. Very thin. Super thin. And of course you can, with that serration, doing them bigger. Even if you are a right-hand person, of course. And also back that have a little bit of strain serration, but I like them. Back are not as good as these three, but I don't care about that because serration is, I think, not serration, feather sticks is a nice thing to do, but you don't need to do it in the woods to make fire. It just takes a long time. It's better that if you have, like Justin Wolf have punk woods and I have birch bark and that kind of stuff, and this going a lot faster. But this is fun to do. Those shavings are okay to do. A little bit harder with the butt serrations to cut longer feather sticks. Maybe it's easy for you that are right-handed. And here it's going to bite like hell. You see, it bites down. So this is not for long feather sticks. And I guess not all plain knives are for feather sticks either. We can try. Classic. And a little bit more tactical style. Also very good PVC knife. I love this knife. You can put it in whatever you have to need to put it with a tanto tip. If you have some problem with your car or something, you can break it. I'm so very careful with PVC knife. If you must use it, use it. Otherwise you can leave it at home. If I can do that, and I am left-handed, pretty sure your right-handed person can do this too. You must find the correct angle, that's the only thing. And this are so fine that it looks like, almost look like fat wood. Not a left-hand friendly knife, user-friendly knife, because this plunge can, when I have stopped fire steel, I have accidentally touched it, and on this it cannot happen. You have a safety here. I wish this knife had a safety, because this is like a mini prodigy or LMF. And in super steel SS30V. It's okay to use it if you are careful, but I wish I had a safety on it. So, I guess both you and I, even if we are drunk and just have, or something like that, can put this pile, or what you say, on fire pretty easy. And it also works very good with an worn out body. Don't think that the serration will not work because they get a little bit old. It's not the spikes in the serrations down here that are important, because those serrations are not as good as the more flat one. And I have had this for some years now, and you can't not tell, no big difference. A little bit sharper here, but a knife is a knife. I work as good with this as with this. without anything. I cannot doing a fire. I cannot put my house on fire or my apartment on fire. But here is one more thing before I go. I got some use for this cable mule sheet. Put my multi-tool in it. Goes to the shoemaker and she adjusted a little bit for me. This sheet is pretty good. You can wear it scout and you can wear it like this. Okay. Have a nice Sunday evening and see you next time. Out.